It's that time of year. Welcome to the Big Island.
TriCenter
Starts now. Welcome to TriCenter. I'm Ann Wessling, your host, and I hope this looks a little familiar. We are once again coming to you from Huggo's right on Ali'i Drive in Kona, Hawaii, and this is going to be our home for the next few days as we bring the Ironman World Championship to you. Now, we're just 3 days away and the pre-race buzz here is very high, so let's get straight to the news. The Ironman World Championship truly is an international event, and athletes representing 53 countries will take that start line on Saturday. To honor that diversity, race organizers put on the Parade of Nations Tuesday afternoon. The first official event of Race Week welcomed athletes, family members, and a few curious spectators as participants marched down the street and proudly represented their countries. The U.S. has nearly 900 athletes this year, followed by Germany and Australia. While this entire week is full of celebrations, there are always a few surprises as well. One of them came Monday as Specialized unveiled their brand new tri-bike, the Shiv. The event brought out several members of the industry, including a few ITU stars. Highlights of the all-new Shiv include more dynamic fit options and an internal hydration system. One thing to note is that this bike is made specifically for triathletes, so you won't be seeing it at any cycling events. One athlete you will see aboard the new Shiv, though, is two-time champion Craig Alexander. After riding the 70.3 World Championship aboard an unbranded bike, Crowie has officially parted ways with Orbea and will ride the new Specialized bike on Saturday. And on to news from another two-time champion, Norman Stadler. Now, Norman will not be taking the start line on Saturday due to a heart surgery he underwent this summer. He's here, though, on the Big Island. He sat down to talk with us about the harrowing hours leading up to that surgery.
The mess was my aortic valve was open, and it's like category 3 was really bad, and the aorta was 7 centimeters, and usually it's 2.5 centimeters.
So it was bulging,
blown up like a balloon.
Was it immediate surgery?
2 days later. Yeah, I wrote my last will, and like we have something in Germany that my wife can turn off
life support.
Yeah, life support. Yeah.
So you had to sign the papers for that.
Yeah.
Talk to your parents, and basically say goodbye to everyone.
Yeah. And the good thing is I had one of the best doctors in Germany.
Okay.
So he's known for this kind of problems to fix. So they fixed my own, and I was listening to if there's a noise like a tick 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 tick, because you hear the valve if you get a new one. And it was mine, so I was really happy.
Now that's the current news, but we want to take a look back and test your triathlon knowledge with our TriQ questions. Okay, so 2010 champ Mirinda Carfrae owns the run course record for the women. But who has that marathon record here in Kona for the men? Let's see if you know the answer.
That would be Chris McCormick.
Ferris also? No. That must have been just recently. Was it?
Olivier Bernard? No, he's fourth. No.
Men's run course record here in Kona. Gosh, if it was a woman, I could say Chrissy Wellington, but if it's a man, Craig Alexander? No.
Who here for the men has the run course record in Kona?
Mark Allen.
Mark Allen?
Mark Allen. Yes.
Do you want the time?
We'll go back and forth.
2:40 and some change.
2:40 something.
Oh, actually, I don't know.
When we come back, we'll take a look at one of the most challenging parts on the Ironman course, the Energy Lab. After athletes complete the swim, the bike, and the first part of the run, they'll be forced to face the Energy Lab. How did the Energy Lab get its name? Let's find out.
Hot.
Hot.
Hot. Suffer.
It could be soul crushing.
Empowering.
Unexplored.
Heaven or hell?
I'm going to have to describe it in 2 words, bittersweet.
Well, the National Energy Laboratory is a marine science and technology facility that provides economic opportunities for the state of Hawaii in areas of ocean science and marine technology, aquaculture, solar energy, desalinization of deep sea water. We are one of the only locations in the world that provides large volumes of both cold and deep sea water to our tenants. The big building, the large building at the entrance of our facility is called the Gateway Distributed Energy Center. It acts as our visitor center, and it's a totally self-sustaining building with respect to producing its own electricity. It uses cold seawater for air conditioning, and it's also the center of where most of our solar energy research projects are located. Our road temperature gets up to about 115 degrees, and our air temperature right now is probably about 89 degrees. So this is around the hottest time of the year, and so it's a big challenge for the triathletes that this area doesn't drain their energy as opposed to gives them energy.
To be honest, the Energy Lab is the favourite part of the marathon for me. It comes at about 15 or 16 miles and it's pretty barren in there. Not a lot of vegetation. You're pretty much running right through the lava fields. But it's a beautiful part of the course. You tend to get a little bit of breeze, and you know, I think at that point of the race you can see a little light at the end of the tunnel. But you know, you got to run through the lab. It's about 3 miles in there, and then you've got a 6-mile stretch back into town. And I love that part of the race. You actually, there's a turnaround in there, so you can take stock of where the competition's at, and really you get a good feel for how the race is unfolding.
You know, everybody talks about how tough it is to run through the Energy Lab, and it is tough. I mean, you run down to the bottom, it's hot, there's not a lot going on down there. I mean, I think the toughest part is when you get out back onto the Queen K, and there's just that long stretch along the Queen K back up to the top of Polani. That's sort of the hardest part of the race for me. The Energy Lab's famous, it's tough, but I mean, you know it's tough, and you just have to mentally prepare for getting down there. I mean, it's a tough race, and that's what we prepare for.
That's our show for today. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow. Until then, keep up with continuing coverage on triathlete.com. Right now, we'll leave you with sights and sounds from right here on the Big Island.
Whoa, those are some guns!
TriCenter starts now.
More energy.
TriCenter starts now.
Come on, like
I've
you
got
like
no
you
energy.
want it.
It's 7:30 in the morning.
You've done it. TriCenter starts now.
TriCenter starts now.
It's pretty good.
TriCenter
Starts now. That's good.